Many people want to bring their spirituality and their sexuality together, and I want to give you a perspective today to help you understand how these two poles, the physical and the spiritual, how they come together and how our lovemaking can enhance this process, benefiting both poles, the physical as well as the spiritual, for both partners. Now, there is often a disconnect between the physical and the spiritual. Often, spiritual people feel that the body is unclean, or physical desires are unclean, or the body is, we're trying to ascend or move up and out and away from this body or this plane. So a lot of times the spirituality wants to pull us up and out, up, somewhere better, somewhere that's not here. Right. Now we find other people that want to work on their sexuality, but they don't want to bring spirituality in, because spirituality often is seen as something that pulls you away from your body. And these people are actually trying to get closer to their bodies. So what we want to do is we want to get so close to the body, so into the body, that we basically implode through the body and discover the spirituality that exists within our bodies. And we're basically going to disarm sexuality, or rename or reclaim our bodies and our pleasure. So what's happening in the world today is, like, even just talking about the topic, one gets censored all the time, because it is seen as something dirty, as something shameful, and the more it is seen as shameful and dirty, the more attractive it becomes, and the more gnarly and weird and distorted everything that we're trying to suppress just jumps out, or the shadow aspects of that physical topic just jumps out because it's trying to be suppressed, plus it's jumping out. It's not integrated very well into our society and into our lives. Therefore, it is often very difficult for the spiritual person to find a reconciliation with the physical, because the physical is so connected with all these wrong ways of expressing the physical. Yet, if you look at most spiritual teachings, and the real spiritual teachings, they are all about meditating into the self, into the body. When you see an enlightened picture of an enlightened person, you see the person sitting with the chakras lit up and aligning and moving through the body. So enlightenment is something that happens in the body, okay? In the body, right? Now, coming from the spiritual side, we can meditate into the body, sitting still, meditate, feel, imagine, feel the sensations. It can be quite difficult because you can still be in your mind. But the moment you start breathing, you start moving your body a little bit, you connect more with your body. You connect with your whole experience of having a body, of being in a body. And this is where we bring now the healthy sexual side in, is when we, in a healthy way of being with ourselves, like a loving way of being with ourselves, or in a loving relationship, we feel safe enough to really feel deep into the body and really surrender very deep into the body. Now, I say that orgasm is a meeting of God. There's a reason why we say, God, oh God, oh God. There's that absolute abandon into self. Now, if you look through the layers of the world interpreting sensuality as such a weird thing, or doing weird things around it, if you look past that or through that and not get stuck at the traumatized expression of sensuality. But the pure process of going deeper and deeper and feeling into the body and feeling into the body and feeling into the body and feeling that implosion into self-orgasm, where we say, oh God, the French say the small death. There we do meet. If you go and focus and become quiet and look in, what exactly is happening in that second is like implosion into self is a deeply spiritual experience. Whew! Now we want to come back to the tantric way, the spiritual way, the tantric way of making love, where your love making starts enhancing your spiritual life is enhancing your love making. So we want to meditate into the body. We want to meditate into the sensations of the body. We want to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the body. Now, if we are able to hold a safe space, either with ourselves or with a lover, where we can meditate, make love, meditate into the body, deeper and deeper and deeper, we implode into self. And in this space, in the implosion into self, we find that next level of spirituality we have all been looking for, where we're constantly looking out, oh, I'm a seeker, I'm looking for God, I'm hoping to meet God, I'm on my way to God, blah, 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 blah. Then finally the integration happens where the physical and the spiritual meet each other inside oneself. And you're like, whoa, oh my word, I remember who I am. This is God in me. Like, it's always been here. It's always been here. It's in all of us. So meditating into the body, making love into the body helps us to connect to this inner knowing within ourselves of who we truly are, We are the divine essence. Now again, when we're making love in the tantric way, we are working with the physical, meditating deeper and deeper into the body to have this implosion into self. Now, traditionally, people would only focus on maybe the root chakra, one area of the body. But the tantric way, the more spiritual way, is to, with your lover or with yourself in a conscious way, to take that incredible, amazing internal meditation, which collapses into the gasm, take that through the entire body so that the entire body starts experiencing itself as, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. And it lasts much longer than only a few seconds. It ripples through the entire body. This is an incredibly advanced way of making love. I am seeing this in my world all the time. Some of you will not understand what I'm talking about. It is merely an invitation of a place that we can still go to. Every time I work with my clients and they wake up to this internal implosion inside themselves where they feel, it does not depend on genital stimulation at all. This inner awareness, the light that starts flowing through the body. Every time we do this, I'm like, dude, we are remembering like a way that we could be, that like it's like a remembering. It's either in the past or in the future. We remember this way that we can be as humans, where the entire body is lit up with the God awareness, like streaming through it. These like lights, the streams of light, streams of consciousness, streams of intelligence that run through our bodies. That is what it means when we say, oh, that woman is a goddess, that guy is a god. We embody the goddess energy, the God energy. What does that mean? We have this internal realization of ourselves as being an energetic being, as being the being of God that runs through our bodies. And now, as tantric lovers, you have two people that are able to switch themselves on, to switch their lights on. This one can switch their lights on, that one can switch their lights on. Then you get together. This is highly advanced. And once you know how to switch your lights on, your awareness in your entire body, It's like a whole thing that you're going to practice. Once you know how to be so alive, to have gasms jumping out your shoulders, out your nose, out your knees, out your toes, everywhere. Once you are switched on that you basically like charged with like electricity, there's consciousness running through your body. Now, you will automatically then know when you are with a lover that this intelligence, this electricity, this light is moving between the two of you in circles, in patterns, in this intelligence. And with it, it carries an intelligence. We are like plugged into the electricity supply of the universe. So, oh my word, I mean, this is so much. A lot of people will not know what I'm talking about at all, but this is the real way of doing tantric lovemaking. Tantric lovemaking. This is where you are aiming towards, where you feel these like streams of light going through your body, streams of intelligence, streams of pleasure, streams of bliss, streams of gasm. That's a completely different way of being with each other. So you're not only chasing like one gasm and then everyone goes to sleep, but you are in a gasm state, like you are the ocean with these waves of intelligence flowing through your body. Now, when two people plugged into the divine, they are spiritual, they are the god and goddess, or goddess and goddess, and god, or whoever, we are all gods. So these people are plugged into the universal intelligence, the consciousness flowing through their bodies. Now, like a priest and priestess, they are making love. They are in direct connection with the universal life source. Now, arriving with this light in their bodies, now they make love. Now they make love. And automatically, they just know with so much pleasure how to circulate these this light between them. It is not genital dependent. The genitals can be included. Often in the beginning, it can become a distraction because we programmed in a pattern that sort of can lock us in our genitals. In the beginning, it's good to practice without the genitals and just feel this light. And then really, when you know how to move the light between each other, then you start including the genitals and add to the fire. But coming back to two people making love, having these streams of consciousness moving through their bodies, weaving together, communicating through the divine, with the divine, there's an incredible amount of healing that happens for both parties, for both lovers. Plus, when you take two fires and you put them together, you have not only a double fire, you have lots of fire. So that is how it works. It's almost like praying together. Like if you put your divine connections together, you have like a blast of beautiful consciousness flowing through your bodies, flowing through you, connecting with the cosmos. So those of you that are struggling to bring the spirituality and sexuality together, I can understand that there's trauma around the connection with the sexuality, and I can even understand that there's trauma around the connection with spirituality. Spirituality denies the body. The sexuality often denies spirituality. So within ourselves, with a very slow way of bringing yourself back into your body in a very conscious way, feeling safe with pleasure, holding safe space for your lover, really connecting to those very subtle sensations that flow through the body, all the emotions that are present, just slowing down, being very, very, very present to every single sensation, emotion. That's going to help you to get into it. There are more practices. At first, it's very subtle. When you become aware to this subtle energy that is alive in all of us, subtle awareness, consciousness, the more aware we become of it, the more we even imagine it flowing through our bodies, the stronger it starts flowing. I've just given you a major crash course. Again, you are welcome to ask me questions. If there are good questions, I will answer them.